Hi friends, it's Miles Marie, otherwise known as Nomadic Madam, and I'm here today to talk to you about FaceTime photo shooting. Now, for ease of watching, I've decided to break up the FaceTime photo shoots into 3 parts. The first video, which we're about to watch, is going to be part 1, just basics of shooting. The second video is going to be how I edit my FaceTime shoots. And the third one is going to be focused more on how I direct during FaceTime shoots and how the models, what works for the models positioning themselves. Before we get started, I just want to say I really love FaceTime photo shoots for a few reasons. One, they're a sign of the times. They're like a MySpace photo or a Polaroid. They're a time stamp of where like tech is meeting culture. And when we look back, we're going to see these as kind of coming out of this quarantine. 2, the stakes are really low because as a photographer in the field or in the studio, I'm usually worried about my focus points, my exposure, my depth of field, all of these things that I have absolutely no control of from my house over here to the client's house. 4 things I really want you to consider before making that FaceTime photo shoot call. Number 1, are you calling another iPhone? Because if you're calling another iPhone, there's a really cute little white button you can press that's just going to take the photo for you. But if you're not calling another iPhone, you're going to have to take screenshots. The quality is going to be diminished, and you're not going to have as much clarity as you will calling another iPhone. Now that said, if you wanted to take a screenshot on your Mac computer, all you have to do is Shift Command 4. Number 2, how strong is your Wi-Fi connection? Now, I just want you guys to keep this in mind because if you call someone and they're constantly freezing in and out, you're dropping the call, that means your connection isn't strong or there's like 10 people on their Wi-Fi. Now, that's all okay and I'm sure you can work around it, but this not only could interfere with the quality of the photos that you're taking, but it can also interfere with that actual connection you have with your subject because you're not able to bond if you're worrying about your tech falling out. Number 3, how is your client going to support their phone? Do they have a tripod they can use? Do they have that stand that you can suction cup to your window that for driving directions? Do they have a book stand that they can tape their phone to? Do they have a ceiling they can tape their phone to? What's the aspect that you want to shoot them at and what angle? Now there's a ton of ways to support a phone. It's just something that not only you need to be thinking about for your client, but they need to be thinking about ahead of time because it's just going to save you time and fuss. Now lastly, when is the best light? Now this is the trickiest one of them all because you're not there to assess the lighting situation and you're going to be counting on your client to say, oh, it's best in the morning, it's best at noon, it's best at night. And they're not the professional you are. So I have found it's best early in the morning before 11 o'clock or it's best after 6, especially now that we're in May and the light is longer. So it's those golden hour moments. Now, I have called some people at golden hour and it's still really hot where they're at, and that's okay. You just have to, again, lean into the fact that these are not going to be the best photos you've ever taken, but that doesn't mean they can't be the most fun photos you've ever taken. Now, I'm so excited to introduce you to one of my favorite muses and one of Detroit's best models, Shelbie Kramer. She's going to be joining us today. Now, unfortunately, the audio file between us over FaceTime was corrupted, so we don't have any audio of us interacting or shooting, so I'm going to kind of narrate the process for you. Now, Shelbie did want to make sure that I let everybody know that she is so excited to be here with us and that she's hoping everyone's safe and sound in quarantine. Now, the one thing you need to do to make sure that you're actually able to take photos over FaceTime is make sure that your live photo settings is on. As you can see in this picture, it's just going to be in your settings. And while FaceTiming from your desktop in full screen mode, if you hold your cursor down at the bottom right, a white button will pop up. That's the button you press to take photos. From there, the photos download right to your iPhotos. And what's cool about that is the quality of the photo taken is actually better than it appears on the screen. So it might look a little blurry on the screen as you take it, but once it's uploaded to your iPhotos, it's really clear. Now, here is the quality difference between what's on the screen and the photo you've taken. As you can see that here, the quality looks a little degraded, but what's actually popped up in my iPhotos is really sweet. Then begin your shoot. Based on lighting, you might have them closer to the window or further away. Now, I have Shelbie closer to the window because the light isn't harsh against her skin. I can see a lot of detail, and when she looks out the window, I can see her highlight, just brightening up her overall face. I find these shoots easier if they are more portrait-centric. The clarity is better for editing, and the subject is closer to their phone so you can hear them and they can hear you for better direction. Now, when it comes to concepts, props are fun because they can help you establish foreground and background in a somewhat flat space. That's why we really interact here with the plant. Plus, it looks cool. If you don't have a prop, you can always use your hands and arms to create that depth. Now have fun and get wild while shooting. Isn't Shelbie just an amazing model? She knows her angles, where the light is coming from, and she's not afraid to get weird. She also trusts me as her photographer and follows my direction when I see a shot I really want. You want to make sure to check your iPhotos regularly to make sure all your photos are downloading. I find if I have Photoshop or Lightroom open while I'm taking photos, they don't always download. That's the worst. When you feel like your memory card is corrupted, you can't get those photos back if they don't download. And that's really all there is to the technical aspects of a FaceTime photo shoot. But if you have any questions on what I did here, please just leave a comment and I'll absolutely respond. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram at nomadic_madam. And I'll see you next time when I show my editing process for my FaceTime photo shoots.